Hello, and welcome to this video introduction to the UCompare Natural Language Processing System. UCompare can be launched directly from the UCompare website. No installation or configuration is required before use. Simply click the Start UCompare button on this page. After a short while, you will be asked to give UCompare permission to execute. Depending on your system, please select either Run or Trust. UCompare will now continue to load, which may take several minutes to complete. Once UCompare has finished loading, the UCompare Workflow Manager window will appear. From this window, we can either create a new UEMA workflow or load an existing one. For the purposes of this demonstration, we will begin by loading a predefined workflow. To do this, open the Workflow menu at the upper left corner and select the NER Comparison Workflow. Once loaded, the NER Comparison Workflow is displayed in the Workflow Manager. This particular workflow is comprised of three top-level components: a collection reader, a special UCompare comparison aggregate, and a UCompare evaluation iterator. The special comparison component allows multiple components to be run in parallel on the same input data. UCompare can then take the output of each of these components and produce a variety of comparison statistics. In the case of the NER comparison workflow, three named entity recognizers are being compared with the gold standard data produced by the collection reader. To run the current workflow, press the play button at the lower left. UCompare will now initialize the components used in this workflow. Once all the components have been initialized, workflow processing will begin. Overall progress will be displayed by the progress bar at the bottom left. Processing may take several minutes to complete. Once workflow processing is complete, the session results window will be displayed. For the current workflow, results are displayed under three tabs. The first tab displays statistics on the runtime performance of the components in the workflow. The second tab displays statistics on the number of annotations produced for each input document. The Show button to the left of each row allows the underlying document to be displayed, along with any annotations. Clicking on any underlined section of the displayed document will display further details of the annotations at that point. The third tab displays comparison statistics on the different NER components included in the workflow. Components are compared in a pairwise manner, with one component in each pair assumed to be the gold standard and one component test data. For each pairing, the number of annotations produced by each component is given, along with the number of matching pairs of annotations between them. From these numbers, F1, precision, and recall scores are also generated. We will now demonstrate how easy it is to create workflows from within UCompare. First, we return to the Workflow Manager window by closing the Session Results window. From here, we open the Workflow menu and select New Workflow to create a new blank workflow. To construct the workflow, we will drag and drop components from the right-hand side Component Library into the appropriate place in the left-hand side Workflow Viewer. The first component we will add is the Input Text Reader. Drag and drop it into the top of the Workflow Viewer. This collection reader allows us to input text directly. The next component we will add is the UEMA sentence splitter. Drag and drop it into the workflow viewer. To this, we will add the Genia tagger with tokenization component. Just drag it into position following the sentence splitter. Finally, we add the NGU parser component. Drag and drop it at the end of the workflow. And that's how easy it is to construct an HPSG parser workflow via UCompare. Thank you for watching this brief introduction to UCompare. If you would like further details about the system or would like to try it yourself, please visit the UCompare website.